Hi Devon, so now we are on lesson 5, writing hundredths. So in the in focus it says, Miss Mahag designed an interesting kitchen scale. What is the mass shown on each scale? Okay, so here we've got the scale and we've got 3 items that are on the scale. So where have you seen weighing scales before? And why are they useful? Pause the video now and have a little think about when you've seen a weighing scale and why it's been useful. Okay, welcome back. So, what is the unit of measurement on these scales? On each of them it says kg, which means kilograms. So what does one large square on the scale show? If we've got our bag of sugar on this scale, and it tells us already that the sugar weighs 2 kilograms, 2 kg. And we've got 2 squares highlighted. That means that each square is worth 1 kilogram, 1 whole. Okay? So what about the little tiny squares inside? What are they worth? Well, we've got 10 rows of 10, and 10 times 10 we know is 100. So each tiny little square inside the bigger squares are worth 1/100th, okay? So I'd like you to pause the video whilst you work out what the mass of the bag of oranges and what the bag of, I think that's cookies or potatoes, I'm not too sure, the mass of the potatoes. Okay, I know it's quite hard to see, but try your best, or have the workbook, the textbook, up online. Pause the video now whilst you give that a go. Right, so let's have a look. Let's learn. For the bag of oranges, we've got 1 whole square, and then we've got 9 rows of 10, which is 9/10. So we've got 1 whole and 9/10, and 0 single cubes, 0 hundredths. So we've got 1 and 9/10. Okay, which is 1.9 kg in this situation in kilograms, because that's our unit of measurement. So 1.9 kg for our bag of oranges. Well done if you got that correct. You might have noticed that these representatives here look very much like our base 10 or our Deans. Okay, sometimes we draw them on our whiteboard and sometimes we get that equipment out. Okay, so that's a good link that you can make there when you're working out the answers here. For number 2, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. We've got 4 ones. And then we've got 1, 2 tenths and 9 hundredths. So 4 holes, 2 tenths and 9 hundredths would be written as 4.29 and read as 4 and 29 hundredths. Okay, so remember our place value here, our ones, our decimal point, our tenths and our hundredths. Okay, so that would be 4.29 kg in this situation, kilograms. Right. If you can see these pictures, I would like you to have a go at reading and writing the numbers shown on the scale. Okay, remember your unit of measurement. Try and get as close to the answer as possible. If not, if you can't see it too clearly, just give it a go. Okay, and then it's asking you to show each number using our base 10. Okay, but you can draw these. We know that 1 whole square is worth 100. We know that our sticks are worth 10, and we know that our cubes are worth 1. Okay, or 1 whole, tenths and hundredths in this situation. Okay, so 1 whole, 1 tenth and 1 hundredth, and you can draw those next to the values here. Okay, pause the video now and give that a go. So for question A, I know they're really tiny, but let's give it a go. For A, we've got 1 whole square, so we've got 1 point, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 10. So we've got 5 tenths, and we've got 0 single hundredth cubes. So the answer is 1.5 kilograms, or 1 5/10. Okay, if you put a 0 there, that's fine. I'll accept that too. For B, we've got 1, 2 wholes. We've got 1/10, which is 1 whole row. And we've got 500th cubes, so 2.15 kilograms. For C, we've got 0 whole cubes. We've got 2 rows of 10, so 2 tenths, and 3 single cubes, so 300ths, 0.23. And D, we've got 2 whole cubes, no full tenths, so I put a 0 there, my placeholder, still need it, and 1, 2, 300ths cubes. Okay, so well done if you got those answers. If you got maybe one each way, because they were tricky to see, then that's fine. Okay, so for number 2, show each number using the base 10. Okay, so for A, we have 1.3. So I need 1 whole, so I'll draw my square, because I know that my square is worth 1 whole. Then I need 3 tenths, that's my tenths column, and I draw my tenths as sticks. So I've got 1 whole and 3 sticks of 10. I haven't got any hundredths, so I don't need any little cubes. B, we've got 0.13. So I don't have any squares, because I've got 0 ones. Then I've got 1/10, which means I have 1 stick, and 300th cubes. Okay. C, we've got 1.03. So how many squares do I need? I need 1 whole, 0 tenth sticks, and 300th cubes. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Think about our base 10 equipment. Our squares being worth 1 whole, our sticks being worth 1/10, and our little cubes being worth 100th. Okay. Right, now it's your turn to complete worksheet 5, which is attached onto the Google Classroom, pages 9 and 10. Any questions, ping it onto the Google Classroom. Good luck, everyone.